Welcome to the Two-Ton Nerds. As always, I am Max James, one half of the TTN, and in this very special edition of the Two-Ton Nerds Presents, I'll be talking about good movies that are ruined by a bad scene or one piece of line of dialogue that kind of ruins the whole movie and really keeps you coming back to watch it a second time. And in that particular movie, in my movie repertoire, is Noobz. It's about a bunch of gaming clan members who get together and go on a little road trip to a gaming competition, a gaming tournament, and it just kind of hijinks ensue, and it's just kind of like, it's okay. I kind of put it on par with Fanboys in terms of like bunch of friends who have one commonality to go on a road trip to go either see Star Wars or go play in a gaming tournament. It's kind of along the lines of the same thing. But what Fanboys and Noobz differentiate from each other is that Fanboys knows how to end a movie properly, and it doesn't make you like hate the movie after you've seen it because of one piece of dialogue or a little PS tacked on in the ending credits. And that's where I kind of hop in on the Noobz. There's this character in the movie called Jason, who's played by Jason Mewes, who has his online relationship with this girl, Zelda Williams, who is Robin Williams' daughter. They never met in person, but they've played against each other online and talked through Skype, and just like they've seen each other, so they know they're real, and which makes it I'm kind of glad they didn't go that route in Fanboys, which makes it funnier in Fanboys. But Noobz is that they actually know what they look like. You know, she's not a guy, and it just plays out good. Well, that's what I'm trying to get at. So they finally meet up, and they have this date, and they have this little backstory exposition kind of scene where she explains like what she would do with the I think $100,000 grand prize, and she would buy her parents' houses back, like they lost it in tax something. I'm not quite sure on the details, but the parents lost their house, and that she would do to, if she won, she'd get the money to get the house back. But flash forward to the ending of the competition. It comes down to Zelda's all-girl gaming team versus Jason Mewes' all-guy gaming team, and they play a really heated battle of Gears of War, and it's kind of predictable, and it comes down to Jason Mewes and Zelda, and Jason Mewes has the drop on her. I mean, and he kind of freezes and kind of does the honorable thing of letting her take the win. And I mean, wouldn't be so bad because Jason Mewes actually has a job in the movie, has his house, and it's not that big of a deal, even though $100,000 is quite a bit is a big deal. But karma. I mean, basically, he's earning himself quite a bit of good karma, and even putting himself in better state of mind within the girl with the girl. But that's when the movie takes a drastic left turn and just makes me angry. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just kind of like, it ruins a good movie. I mean, I know I've read a lot of comments and reviews, and like, this movie is subpar in some gaming to most gamers, but I'm not really much of a gamer, even though I love to play games. I don't really take gaming as seriously as I do movies. And like, this is why I'm doing this video, is because I take the movie aspect very serious. And so it adds this little PS to the end of the movie, and I have to kind of backtrack a little bit. Well, they only had like 3 members of their group, and they had to go meet up with one for the first time, and his name was like Hollywood, and he was posing as Casper Van Dien from Starship Troopers, who does make a cameo in this movie, and he's quite funny. And through this one scene that they're having this dinner, and the mom is played by the mom from Detroit Rock City, and the teacher from Nightmare on Elm Street from the original one. And I mean, you've seen her in a bunch of stuff, but she's kind of going on about how her past. She's being very frank about her past, and going into very vivid detail about everything. And it's just kind of like it's a throwaway gag because you'll forget about it once start getting into the you'll forget about it once they leave the front door. That's how throwaway a gag it is. But they bring it back, and that's where it just destroys this movie. Is that Jason Mewes doesn't end with Zelda after he gave up $100,000 for her to win the house back for her parents, and he doesn't even get to end with her in the end, and it just kind of ruins the movie because he ends up ending up with that one clan member's mom, and I'm like, there's really no setting up for that joke. I mean, there was no like no batting of the eye or like, oh, this story could be interesting. But it wasn't even that funny, but it had to move the story forward and meet up with the character and kind of show that he's. Long story short, it just ruined that movie. And even the little PSs for the other characters, for the other clan members and Zelda, and like even Zelda got her house, and Casper Van Dien managed to move in with one of the clan members who who kind of was gay, but who's like, he constantly said he had a girlfriend, which she shows up sometime during the competition, and then the PS kind of detracts what they said, what was shown, and it was just, those kind of PSs are kind of funny, but when they kind of ruin the whole ending of the movie because of they want to be the sake of being funny, it just kind of ruined that movie. I mean, Blake Freeman, he was good in it for being a writer and a director, and Jason Mewes was probably at his best, and I've seen him in a long time. I mean, I liked him in all the Kevin Smith stuff, but this is when I've seen a lot of movies with him not within the View Askew universe, and this is probably when he's at the best, and at his best not with Kevin Smith. But I just can't get over the fact that how it ruined that movie because of that little tacked on PS of him not ending with Zelda and ended up with the dude's mom. It didn't seem right, and it ruined the movie. I know I keep saying that, but please, I want you to go watch that movie and stop it right before the credits start. Take in a deep breath and just like and push play, and then watch the ending credits, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't really hate on movies. I watch movies because I love watching movies. For one day to make movies, it's just that this particular thing, I would never do this in a million years, my films. Or I haven't even seen this kind of done in previous films by big time directors or independent directors. I mean, like, if you're invested in a certain character, do not ruin that particular character. And I have to say, Jason Mewes is the highlight of this movie. And besides the gaming, even the gaming tournament was actually really well put together. And it was quite funny. But it even has like the annoying kids online who just badmouth and talk, and like when you try to get a word in edgewise, they just keep talking. It even has that kind of stuff. I understand that. I've read, like I said, there's comments about other like hardcore gamers that think this movie is an atrocity to their way of life. But I understand. But I'm coming from a film aspect. Okay, it's just, you do not do that to your characters. All right, I mean, if you cut it off like I said, if you cut it off at the right before the credits start, it's a great movie. It's funny. I mean, I had fun watching it. I watched it around midnight, so it was a late night movie for myself, and it was fun. And but when that credit rolled, I sat up from my bed and just kind of like, what? I got to the point to where I was so mad at this movie. I called up one of my friends up on Skype to complain for an hour about this movie. So that just tells you how bad of an idea doing what they did in this movie was. So, anyways, I've rambled on far too long. My name is Max James, as always, one half of the Two Ton Nerds, and I am going to go geek out.